Yo, 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 yo. How we doing? It's your boy, Wisdom Devine.
It's your boy Tomi, the one and only.
And we back again for that No Name podcast, my friends.
Come
And we
on.
got a guest.
Come on, what's your name? Tell them about you.
What's good? It's Durbio, MC Durbio. Me in the flesh. Appreciate Tomi for inviting me out here. I've been listening too long. I'm actually glad to listen. Be a part of it, for real.
Appreciate you coming on, King.
Yeah.
I want you to introduce yourself and how we met, because we met in college. I didn't know him all my life, but we good friends. But tell the people about yourself. Tell people how we met and where you come from, what you about.
By myself, first and foremost, I'm a God-fearing man. That's most important to me. I am a part of a lot of different things. I host events. I throw my own events.
Facts.
I give back to my community in different ways.
That's also facts.
I'm all over the place, man. Be real with you.
Hey, lately I've been seeing you do more MC stuff and also some cameos and like the music videos, and that's different. That's like kind of that's opening up into a new bag. I didn't know you had that in you.
I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't think I had it in myself, bro. But it's like people just see my personality through the different things I do, and it's just like, bro, yeah, we know that you put Durbio in this position here, like he's gonna thrive. Like he's right for it. You just gotta put him there. So like, I reach out. Most of the times you see me doing things, it's really just me doing favors for people I've built connections with. Like I've networked with, I've locked in a lot of people. Like it's just, for me, it's just like, oh yeah, that's my friend. Of course I'll be there for him. But I'm just really showing more like things I'm capable of doing that I really didn't even know myself.
And being from Houston and also having a lot of other like creative friends and people who are doing things, people who are trying to do things. How does that how does that really like, how have you like adapted with that? And also how does that like being in that type of environment make you feel? Because for me, it was a little shock coming from Dallas to SA, but being around a lot of Houston people doing like, they're a different type of culture and everybody, trying to go and get a bag and do this and do that.
For me, it's more inspiring than anything. Like it makes me want to get off my ass and like, hey, you blessed with talents and gifts and skills too. You need to make the best out of it and use it to your full advantage. So it's being around like Houston area and people my whole life, just knowing the type of mindset we have is like we're kind of restless in a way, like we're not the type of people to settle. It inspires me to want to like be a better man every single day in different aspects, not just, okay, yeah, I know I'm good at one thing and I know that can take me far. Like, no, it's try to think different things out. It's okay to fail. You may not be the best at everything, but you're always going to learn and adapt and move on. So it really inspires me to just not be content with just one thing. Like I'm not just content with being an MC. I also want to be a consultant. I also want to be a mentor. I also want to do like a whole bunch of different creative aspects. And that's really just because I've been around people who've shown me a different avenue. If I was scared to talk to people, or I was scared to put my name out there or just put myself out there, I'd probably be one lame person to this day.
I like that. I like that, especially you ain't trying to put yourself in one bubble or like put yourself in one category. Like I respect people who try to do as much as possible, whether they're gonna win or fail in it, just because like at the end of the day, putting yourself in one category, putting yourself in one corner, I feel like that's very limiting. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what you're capable of until you try. Just like how you said, you won't know if you can be good at something until you fail at it. And you don't know how many times you're gonna fail. Because God knowing, I failed a lot of times, different things, but there's also a lot of things I've been very good at. But it's all about the journey, not the destination. That's what a lot of people tell me.
Facts.
I agree.
But how do you juggle school and everything? because it is a struggle for me sometimes trying to get school right while also trying to get social and get my investments and all those things right. How do you like maneuver with it, like, you know, and find time and schedule all those things?
And it's not easy at all, bro. Like, especially this year, I'm doing 18 hours, bro. It's not
Yeah, I
easy.
remember. I'm doing 17 right now, and I'm in grad school, so I know how it is.
It's just like it's really you have to really be disciplined, bro. Like I'm only like the only reason why I'm saying I'm able to do most of the stuff I do now is just through trial and error and a lot of experience. Like I had to go through a lot of stuff to make me understand, like, okay, priorities have to get taken care of regardless of what extracurricular you want to do. So at the end of the day, before you see me anywhere, before you see me endorsing anything, before you see me doing anything at all, just believe the business, everything's gonna be taken care of behind. Like, schoolwork, all that stuff is handled. Like like our junior year, people were saying like they see me all over the place, all the different schools and stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm all over the place, but I take care of my business. So I'm not just doing stuff just to do. I know what's important. But that's just also always how I've been. I knew what is important, and I've grown to understand how to prioritize the right way.
I like that, especially because I remember the first party we threw together, at least, was in C-Stat, up to no good. Remember?
Yeah.
That was an eventful weekend. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very fun on both ends. A lot of things that happened that we probably can't speak about on the pod, but
Oh man, oh man.
in the grand scheme of things, I remember whenever we were throwing it and everybody was coming together, throwing their ideas in the pot and making everything work out, because it was a ton of us throwing it, and that was our first time for most of us in C-Stat to throw something at least, and some of us in C-Stat in general too. And we had a very, very large like people who came out to show love and like try to, you know, have fun that weekend. And experiencing that was, I can't really find the right word, but that was like it was a really good like weekend in general. It had our hopes up and everything for what we could do, what we were gonna do in the future. Going from then till now, how do you feel with the difference in like how throwing events has changed and also being a part of them, you know, with the community and also actually having your hand in the events?
I mean, when we started, we were like, what, 20, 19, 20? Like, on that age? Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
that was,
yeah.
we threw it 20, yeah. That January of 2020 or 2021.
I think that's 2021.
Yeah, 2021. It was
During
2021.
COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, so yeah, it's like now I'm 21. We're 21 years old. It's like, my whole attitude, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, my whole attitude from when we started to where we're at now is like completely different. Like, when we started, it was like this was everything. Like, oh yeah, like I'm investing all my energy into this outside of like school and the main stuff. Like, this is gonna be like what's taking everything out of me. But now it's like, yeah, I appreciate everything hosting parties has done for me, but like I'm looking into myself, you know, like I'm asking God, okay, what's next? Like I'm ready to, like I've been ready to expand, and as you can see, I've already been expanding into different things already. But like the way we started it, it was really like I appreciate everything it's done to this point. Like it's done so much for me in general, just different connections with people, getting to know different people, getting involved in different type of business ventures and stuff like that, just through being able to give people a good time. Like just that little effect of being able to give people like a good time, a positive experience helps you help me personally build relationships with people that I know I'm gonna have for a long time. So I appreciate everything, all the stuff like events has done for me, but now I'm in the point in my life where it's like, okay, I'm ready to take this somewhere else. Like take this whole everything I've built and gotten from all this stuff we do and expand it into something else that can be even more fruitful.
What does that look like for you? Like, what is it like? Even I know goals change, but what is your goal for, like, what type of direction are you targeting?
I mean, for me, it's just to really become. I want to really build an empire, like whether it's through the entrepreneurial route or it's through me being in school, getting my diploma, my degree for computer science, and whatever way I go about it, or merging both of them and going both ways and just involve everything. Like whichever route I decide to go about it, I want to be able to build an empire so I can just give back to my community, my people, and just be able to provide everything that I wish my community, my people had growing up.
Yeah, I like that you're very community driven because one thing you want to make sure everybody having fun, everybody's nobody's just there grumpy and doing this and doing that. And I like that because most people who throw events or in certain positions, they don't really check it. It's more about the numbers and if they can make profit and this and that. But like seeing someone like you actually are trying to focus on, okay, all right, what do we got to do here to actually make sure everybody's having fun, that people actually come out, make sure people are talking, doing this and that. It's refreshing because not like, oh yeah, he's just in this for pure bread, and then after the bread, he don't care about
because the money is gonna come regardless.
Exactly.
Facts.
Facts. If we gonna get the money, at least let's give these people something to talk about. Like, oh yeah, we went to Durbio and Tomi's event. Yeah, it was a bunch of drinks, it was a bunch of vibe. The DJ was playing the right music. Like, let's give them something to actually say, you know what? I'm glad I invested my energy and time and money into Durbio and Tomi, or just for example, what they're doing. The same, like let's say, like your clothing brand, like people buy a hat or a two-piece or whatever, like, and they get complimented all day. Oh, you look good. Where'd you get that from? Or whose brand is that? That's gonna make them want to wear that shit all the time.
Because it's Tomi's, by the way. Ooh.
I wish, man, if I was in San Mo truck, I would have my Wura shirt, the cap, everything. I promise.
Hey, nah, they're one of the people who gonna show love. Like, he's not a type of person like, oh yeah, he gonna try to just back off and like just make you feel however you feel. He gonna show you love, make you know what it is and what it ain't. And that's one thing that's actually helped me a lot with the brand too. Because I don't say this, but for sure, like you push me in some type of ways. Like you come and basically be like, yeah, bro, look at you, look like you're doing amazing with this. You're doing this and doing that. Like keep on going, keep doing this. I want to see whatever you can get to this. Start doing this, start doing that. He's one of the people who's like, oh yeah, you ain't utilizing your social media and everything like that enough. You need to start doing that. So now I'm over here trying to learn how to do this and do that on social media and trying to learn what people like, what people don't like on socials.
It's because, like, bro, I literally see what you like, bro. You don't like. I feel like you don't even be giving yourself enough credit sometimes. Like,
I tell them the same thing.
Like, bro, you got something on your hands that's crazy, bro. Like, I literally remember going out. What was it? I was in SA for one weekend. Bro. I had on the Wura hat. At least I showed your website to about 5 or 10 different people. Like, it's just the little stuff, bro. If you push yourself and you promote yourself, it'll do the rest. And I'm more than willing to do that for you just because I believe in you and what vision you have.
Thank you about that. I'm not gonna lie. It was tough for me. Well, it still is tough for me. I'm not gonna hold you trying to promote my things and doing all this stuff, especially being away from home for so long, especially with how quarantine happened and having to find a new, like, I'm gonna say family, because to me, the people that I roll with in Dallas, they're even the people who aren't actually blood, I consider all as family. It's like how now I consider you and Wisdom as family too, because y'all have both been with me through thick and thin and helped me, like, pick me up whenever I need to be picked up, and I'll try to do the same. And like honestly, if I didn't have people like y'all two behind me, like helping me push this brand, helping me, like, bro, come on, do this, do that. You tripping? You got something? Do this, do that. I probably would have stopped this. I'm not gonna hold you.
Man, we can't let that.
No, I'm gonna keep it real. I do that because I'm a person that in life I'm a starter. Like if you tell me you want to do something, I can help you get it started. Now I might not maintain it to keep it going because it's not my vision. If it's something that is not mine, I'll help you get it started. I'm a starter, but I'm gonna go do something else because that's just always who I've been. I like to help other people, but with the pod, that's why I changed it with the pod. The pod is something that I had a dream in doing. That's why if I'm gonna tell you to push and keep doing it, that's the main reason why I always continue. Even like right now, I'm going to school really truthfully 6 days out the week. And then on Sundays, we do swim and gym with kids with disabilities. So I have really no days off. I'm always on the go doing school. But even still, come with something you do, you got to sacrifice. So I got to sacrifice time to make it work. I got to sacrifice some more time to do some editing. But even doing that, I still got to remember, I got to stay on track with my studies. I got to do everything I need to do because that's what's going to pay the bills. This is what I love to do. This is for the love. I don't care about no money from this. But what's going to keep the lights on is what I'm going to school for. So I have to remember that that's the main objective. Even though this right here, this is what I want to do forever. Because I understand that the importance of leaving something behind for the world. And that's what I want to do. And the thing about this audio and video thing, when it comes to YouTube or Spotify, Apple Music, this is stuff that people gonna always be able to touch. When we dead and gone, you see how the metaverse taking over. This right here is going into the metaverse because it's a form of a video format. It can be transmitted into VR. Is all it takes is the person touching the software and changing it up. So it's like this right here can live forever, and that's the most beautiful part that I always think about, even when it get tough. When I be like, man, I'll reach out to people and be like, hey, bro, you trying to come on a podcast? They'll be like, yeah. Then when it comes time to do the interview, something always come up, or they curve me, or they don't pick up the phone, or they leave me on red. And so it's like, all right, cool. But my whole thing is I don't trip. At first, I used to be like, all right, and then when it blow, watch, they're gonna try to come back around and get with me. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Because that means you respect what I'm doing. I ain't tripping because I had to learn that everybody not gonna ride for you how you ride for them, and everybody not gonna believe in you how you believe in yourself. So you gotta make them a believer. But at this point, I don't even care if they are. Because what I'm focused on is doing what I need to do for me. Everything else is gonna work itself out. I had once I got that in mind, I started moving a lot better out here because my whole thing. Remember when we first started doing the pod and I came out here, I was depressed, and it was because I looked at all I lost, but I'm not looking at that I can come back and tell y'all all the things that I've learned about by being in this type of situation, by being the only person that's like me in my area, because I'm learning a lot of things from these people who are not nothing like me. I'm learning that I have to adapt and change the way that I thought how life is supposed to be. You understand? I learned that a lot of the things that I've been taught, a lot of the things that I have made myself believe is bullshit. And that's what's the biggest problem was battling against myself. Once I got rid of that, I've been doing good. Because all it was me. Most of the time, we are our biggest enemy. We are our biggest obstacle. And that's what it was with me. I was in my own way, not focused on what that I got a free master's degree. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to put in a lot of work, but it's for free. You understand? And I'm getting to save children's lives, but I'm also getting to learn how to help children that are in a population that is abandoned. People really don't care about kids with disabilities like that. They get brushed to the side. So I'm getting to see my passion, but I'm also getting to see, skills that I'm getting to sharpen and really like become a master at, bro. And that's where like I had to start realizing like, yeah, I might have left. I definitely miss Texas wholeheartedly. But at the same time, though, I'm gaining more to be able to bring back. The same way, just like Derek talk about giving back to the community. That's one of the biggest things that I stand on, is because I've done so much in life for so many people, but it was for the wrong reasons. And now that I'm older, I'm a father. I got friends that's fathers as well, and they sit back and they talk about how bad the youth is today, and it's like, but what are you doing to change it? Because we can all talk, but what are you really doing to change it? And that's what I'm on right now. I'm on the front lines trying to do everything I can for the youth because they need the help out here. They need the help. So that's why when I hear guys like y'all who, you know, figuring it out early, it means a lot because, you know, I see 20, 21, 22-year-olds, man, doing 60, 40 years in prison. You understand? Threw their life away early. So to see guys as free, trying to do the right thing, and that are selfless, you know, selfless and guys with integrity, that means a whole lot because that breaks the cycle of what they say we are. You know, they like to show a lot of the wrong that's going on right now, but they not showing that, you know, it's a lot of black men around this world doing great things. But you know, as they say, you know, they honor the guy who go to prison and come home and ignore the guy who come home from prison. I mean, who come home from college with degrees. It means more to go to prison these days than to do the right thing, which is sad.
Yeah, people are more likely to glorify the bad than the good. And even if there is good, it gets usually brushed over by the bad.
Sad though. And like you know, one thing there that you said that hit me though twice. You know, 2 times you touched on when you first started it, when you first opened up, you know, you thank God. Then when Tomi touched on, you know, how y'all was, you know, doing the party things, you touch back on God, you know, and that's something that, you know, I think a lot of people have lost sight of is, you know, it's nothing wrong with believing in something bigger than yourself. It's not you can't do all this by yourself. It's not possible. So for you to have that humility and the open-mindedness to understand that I can't do this by myself. It couldn't have been me that got me this far. I can't keep elevating just me. You know, that's big because you got these guys out here with no souls in them that don't care about nothing. And that's the problem. They have nothing to believe in. Nothing to really hold on to when it gets bad for them. That's why they crash out. You know, and that really, I'm telling when you like the 2 times I heard you say that, it really touched my soul because you know that's something you usually hear rappers say in the beginning of they speech when they get their award. You know, first off, I want to thank God. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear nobody just like unless you might be at an event where you got a bunch of church people. We're on a podcast. You understand? And that was how you opened up. That one just tells me something about who you are as a man, but that really shook my soul because that's something that I think a lot of these guys out here lack. It's just having faith. Having faith. Regardless if it's Buddha, Allah, Judah, whatever you choose in your heart to follow. I'm just saying that you got to find something that's bigger than you that gives you the want to love yourself and keep going even when it gets hard, because it's been times for everybody on this planet, whether they past, present, or the future, where they gonna come on good times, they gonna come on bad times. It's just a lesson. It's a lesson, whether it's good or bad. It's a lesson, and you gotta learn from it and continue to move forward. That was real big when I heard you say, like, I didn't even want to stop your wisdom when you was talking. That's why I just let you keep talking. I was like, I'm gonna just run it back because I wanted to see where you was going. But I appreciated, you know, the things that you touched on, because like a lot of guys that are your age that I know, they're not thinking about what they can do to help others. They would have continued to stay on that partying path. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And they wouldn't have been focused on the experience of other people. They'd have been trying to get the money. See, everything that you touched on just show that how you put others before yourself. That's
Yeah,
a man. That's a
we've
leader, a
experienced
true leader.
those money hungry people. It's not even fun to be around them for real. You can feel the energy is different. It's like if it's like it low-key saps you of all like type of positivity. You feel like you want to clutch up, just get tired of within yourself instead of be free and loose. But yeah, being around because Durb not even the only person, but it's just literally Durb and all his friends too. Durb and everybody he knows, I know like they're very all right. What we finna do now? How everybody feeling? Get talking and get to moving, get to doing this, get to doing that. So it's not like it's not like oh yeah, he's like oh yeah, he's just the only one doing it. I'm not saying that, oh yeah, he's not special because he does it very, very specially. You say he's an MC. He usually the first person you hear on the mic whenever everybody's talking, getting everybody going. Hey, how everybody doing? How this? How that? I hope y'all not going good. Y'all go grab a drink if you know go do that. Go do this. Go talk to your neighbor. Do this and do that. So like he's actively even in front of like even functions trying to make sure everybody having fun and doing this and doing that. But even as a community and him and his friends and people he's around are doing things. Touching people and making people feel good, even if it ain't in like the ways that oh yeah, like everybody might oh yeah, you got to go do this and do that. They're still the little things type, and when it comes to the big things, they still doing it too. Yeah, making sure they're being good examples to the people that are looking at them because it's always people watching you. So.
I mean, for
you got to be a good influence if you know people watching you.
Yeah. Like I feel like it just goes back to how I was raised, man. Like my people just like even from a faith aspect, my mom and dad just drilled that into me from the get-go. Like you're not gonna get far unless you have something you rely on. And like I had to go through my own experience, like in life. Just like I'm only 21, but I've been through enough hardship to know that God is real. So that's what I bank on. And it's like, for me, I've been through so much, and it's like, I feel like the best thing I can do in my time on this earth is to give people just a positive energy, a positive vibe, so they can take that. They can say they took anything from me, they took some kindness out of my heart, or they took some good energy. Like I've already experienced enough like bad vibes from people who you would never expect to get bad vibes from. Got enough hardship and bad news, bad situations. And it's just, me personally, I don't have any more in me. I know I'm gonna go through it regardless, but like, I'm gonna at least invest my energy, invest my time doing the positive side of things, seeing the glass half full, and just making the best out of everything.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, bro. I've gotten to the point where, everybody get to this whole talk about family, right? And don't get me wrong, I see the necessary benefits that come from family, right? But I've also seen that if you allow it, family can be your biggest detriment to your downfall. And so, because they are the people that, just like how your friends, they think they know you. They don't understand that you're evolved. And you're constantly evolving. You're not the same person you was yesterday. Situation and experiences change you. So for me, I had to get to the point where I don't even really deal with a lot of people anymore, just because I have to be careful who I allow my energy, who gets it, and who energy I receive, because I'm real big on when I get around people, they having a bad day, that whole energy can throw me off. Yeah. And so I'm at the point where now I need all positive vibes because I have so much good going on in my life. I don't really like to complain. I don't like to really, talk bad about people. I don't even like talking about other people's business just because it ain't got nothing to do with me. And I would be so respectfully thankful if they respected me the same way and just don't talk about me, because I don't care what they're doing. It's because I'm so much in my own lane that I'm so focused on trying to do what's right, trying to make a better way for my kids. and I'm trying to show the kids who was once like me, impressionable young kids who are either gang banging or on the fence where they could start gang banging. I'm trying to get them to understand that, man, listen, it's definitely rough. It's definitely tough. You're going to have a lot going on, but if you do what's right, your life going to be a lot better. It may take the road to success may take a little bit longer, but trust me when I tell you, in the long run, it's gonna be so much worth it, because you're not gonna have half the heartbreak and headache as the person that took the shortcut. Trust me.
Exactly.
Trust me. Like that's my main thing whenever I talk to the youth. I try to get them to understand is that don't feel bad for doing the right thing. Don't be upset. Don't be envious when you see somebody that you might have grew up with and you doing everything right, but he doing wrong or she doing wrong, and everything that they do, it just seems like they just keep going up and going up and going up. All that stuff is temporary. You don't need to even worry about it because it ain't your concern. You focus on your vision, your goals, and stay in your lane. It's gonna work out for you. That's the one thing I've learned throughout all my path, you know, through my years of life, is that as long as you focus on you, everything will work itself out. You just got to stay focused on you and believe in yourself. But once you start trying to, play other people's games and you try to jump in other people's lane, it ain't work out for you. Never does. Never does. That was one of my biggest failures. Like when I was y'all age, I was still in the military, but I was on my way out though. But I was doing so much, you would have thought I was like 40 years old. At 21, I was doing too much. But it was because I didn't have the self-respect to really cherish the people that was putting their life on the line for me. I didn't have enough self-love to really look deep into myself and admit my wrongs. So I just kept doing wrong, right? And when it all caught up to me, I tried to blame everybody else but myself, when the person who put me in the position was me. It took a long time to have to accept responsibility for being in, bad situations and holding myself back. But I'm thankful for it, because had I not went to school later in life, I'd have never met Tomi. That's the thing. So it's certain things that if I didn't do late to be able to, I wouldn't appreciate life the way I do now. Is because I tell people all the time, me going to school and getting these degrees, I'm competing with 21, 22, 23 years right, fresh out of college people. You understand? I'm damn near 40. Like, so at the end of the day, it's like I'm battling. And the one thing that I have over y'all is experience. That's it. Everything else, y'all have me in the categories. Because if we talking about like by life, you should live longer. You got more of a spark. You should have more energy. It's a lot of things that you should just have biologically because you're younger, right? Only thing I got on you is experience. So I have to make sure that every move I make is strategic. And even if it is a strategic move, I have to make sure that even if I'm trying to advance myself, I'm bringing somebody else up with me, because my time is not going to be too long there. I'll be there, but somebody else is coming up right behind me, and I got to make sure they sharp, because so they not like me catching up later on. They already there. You feel me? Because you don't want a bunch of guys, even though it's good to have guys that figure it out, before it's too late and push, right? But it's better if you start off from the beginning. Then you got a bunch of men on the same level that elevate together. You feel me? Instead of you having some here, some there, some here, some there. Nah, everybody rides together, but you got to start at the same time, though, right? So that's what I'm trying to do is tell the guys early, like, look, man, stay on the right path, do what you got to do, believe in God, love the people who love you. You know, understand that you're gonna have heartbreak, but you got to understand how to push through that. It's gonna come. It's not. It's life. We gonna have challenges. That's just what this is. But you got to understand that you got to push through whatever it is. Turn your pain into champagne. That's the most important thing. And celebrate, celebrate it all. The hurt and the happiness. Celebrate it all because at the end of the day, you'll be able to share that experience with somebody else who's never been through it, and you possibly can save them from going through it. Just simple and plain. That's like that. That's real big for me. Is making sure that I try to share my message with anybody I come across, and I try to learn from what they went through, just so I can understand that, man, some of the things I believed in was crazy. Why did the guys that was older than me preach this to me? Because this is not life. I'm watching guys that are half my age that talk with so much respect, have so much self-esteem, and have so much love for each other. Man, we didn't have that growing up, man. We hated on each other. We backbit. We talked about each other in any way we could, or we smiled in each other's face when we know we really didn't like each other. It was just all about being able to outpower each other. It was sad, man. So that's why I enjoy listening to you guys build with each other, because it's very much different from the way I grew up. And it makes me real happy to see that, it's a lot of guys that's raised differently. And the world can be so much different if a light gets shined on the guys that's doing the right thing. That's why I decided to even name the podcast the No Name Podcast, because we could get on the podcast, talk about what's going on with Beyonce, Jay-Z, whatever, whoever, right? All the celebrities. But I want to show that the people who you don't know, the people who don't have a name to you, is big to us. And a story is big to the world. You just got to catch on and catch up, because we already there.
That's a fact.
Like that's like, I'm gonna keep it real. At that, I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't even got really much to say after this. Y'all can run that thing, because I ain't even. I'm pretty much through after that. Go ahead, y'all got it.
It's still a lot of people who do a lot of those negative things and try to put other people down, just randomly dry. But for the most part, a lot of people, you'll still meet a lot of good people. A lot of people who still want genuine things and don't have ulterior motives or any hidden agendas against you. And it's just really about finding those right people, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be a lot of bad people, but when you find the right people to put around you, it's for sure worth it. For sure uplifting too. It's a whole different energy, whole different ball game. So I do understand why whenever you do talk about it, you do talk about it in a light that's like, oh yeah, this is something that needs to happen. It's not something that should happen. It's something that needs to happen. And that's why being around Durb and other people, also people who talk well, positively, and also trying to give back, makes me want, all right, yeah, what can I do now? But for the most part, that's like.
Listen. I'm gonna keep it a bean. We ain't gotta go no more. We can leave it right there. We just gonna tell them like this. We're gonna close this thing out. You know what I mean? Appreciate you for tapping in, especially Durbio for coming on, King. This is my first time getting to chop it up with you, so I thank you for coming on, man. I learned a lot. We definitely gonna have to get you to come back on. And listen, I really want you to bring on some more of your guys, because Tomi says it's more of y'all that's like this. I wanna tap in and see what's up, man. Bring y'all on, do a panel or something, and have a nice little conversation. We could bring on a few of y'all, man.
Hey, I'm gonna bring on Felix soon. Felix gonna be your next guest. So y'all.
All right, well, let's do that. Let's run it up.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so listen, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It's the No Name Podcast. This your boy Wisdom Devine.
It's your boy Tomi.
And look, we out this thing.
Yes, sir.
Gone.